cause my best friend she finna, oh, go best friend, that's my best friend, that's my best friend. Yeah, you better fuck it up. Best friend, won't you throw it in a circle? Yeah. Oh, yeah, go best friend, that's my best friend, that's my best friend. Oh, yeah, go best friend, that's my best friend, that's my best friend. DJ Sling, DJ Sling, that's my best friend, that's my best friend. Oh, yeah, go best friend, that's my best friend, that's my best friend.
Hey girl, it is me, Aisha once again, and once again you guys are finally back watching my channel, Life Made Fierce. Per the usual, girl, I'm super excited as usual to bring you guys yet another video. And in today's video we are going to be doing a little bit of a review and a makeup look on the makeup that I'm rocking right here, and it is going to be covering the Mauve Obsessions palette from Huda Beauty. Now I did go ahead and pick up 3 out of the 4 palettes that was released from her, these little mini baby boo boo, little so cute little baby little mini palette that we have right here. I am going to go ahead and break down all of these palettes into a different video so that I can do a separate look per palette, because all of them feature different shades, different finishes of the shadows. So I definitely want to go ahead and break them up so that this is not a super long video. Okay, so today's video is going to cover the Mauve Obsessions, a little mini palette from her, which looks just like this. As you guys can see, it features some beautiful pinky mauve pigmented shades, and obviously you guys can see that I did a whole makeup look featuring just this palette. All of the eyeshadows on my eye are from this palette, with the exception of course, the glitter. So if you guys want to learn a little bit more about this palette, see some swatches and a makeup look, then go ahead and stay tuned, and then I'm going to come back with my final review and whether you should pick up this little mini baby boop boop palette right here. Let's get started, guys, because guess what? I've had 2.5 cups of coffee and I'm ready to get all up into this petite little lady. Here is the packaging for the Mauve Obsessions palette from Huda Beauty. As you can see, it comes in this cute little petite cardboard packaging, and once you look on the inside, you have 9 different shades, 6 of which are matte, 2 of which are these pressed glitter pigments, and then 1 is a metallic satin type of finish. Miss Huda was also nice enough to give you a nice cute little mirror for this to be super travel friendly. Here are the beautiful shades all swatched. Now I know what you came here for. Let's go ahead and jump into this makeup look. I'm going to go ahead and prep my eye with concealer and translucent powder. And the first shade I'm going to go into is this mauve peachy pinky color right here. And I've taken that on a fluffy blending brush and putting that just above my natural crease as my first transition color. This shadow performed extremely well, and I built her up slowly because, as you guys can see, pigmentation is not a problem for her. Next, because I want a super pigmented look, I'm going to use the good old liquid lipstick as a base trick and take a pink liquid lipstick and put that on the inner and outer corners of my eye, because this is going to be a little mushroom halo eye. The shadows absolutely did not need this portion, but I was being super extra and I wanted it to last all day. You have to work really quickly when you're using liquid lipsticks on the eye because they dry extremely fast, and sometimes it can be a little bit hard to blend those out, which you will see here in just a second, but the outcome was fab. Now I'm going to take Miss Thing right here, that deep burgundy beautiful red color, and I'm going to place that right over top of where I put all of the liquid lipstick at. Like I said, it may be a little difficult to blend this out, so just take your time, and just continue to work that color into the lids until it is nice and well blended. Here you can see I continue to build that color up, and I bring that color just above my natural crease because y'all know I got tiny little hooded lids, and I'm pulling that color out towards my temples because I know I'm going to clean it up later. Now here, guys, is where you have to concentrate and pray to sweet baby Jesus, okay? I'm going to go ahead and start carving out my little halo mushroom cut crease right here with some concealer, the same concealer that I used to clean up my eyebrows, which is the MAC Prolongwear concealer. And then I'm just going to drag that down until I have like the middle third of my eye blocked out. As you can see, I did go just above my natural crease, and I kind of followed the natural crease of my eye for where I wanted to place that little mushroom top. Next up, I'm going to try this really pretty pressed champagne pink glitter situation, and I'll tell you, you're definitely going to need a glitter glue for this one because it had a little bit of trouble sticking to my eye, but I'm going to put that right over top of the concealer. Now, because that champagne pink wasn't, you know, snatching my edges or anything, I'm going to go in with these two colors mixed. I'm going to kind of put that in the same place because I really wanted this to look beautifully foiled and really pop off the eye. So I'm just going to pack that nice and heavily. I will say this is where I ran into a little bit of trouble with those two pressed glitter pigment situations, but I packed it on the eye and got through it. Then we're going to blend out those edges because nobody has time for harsh edges. And then again, I'm going in and replacing a little bit more of that champagne pink glitter right in the center to create a nice dimension to the eye. Now to really get my halo eye to really pop, I'm going to take my NYX glitter liner in gold and just go right over top of that little halo section, making it look like a little, you know, a little mushroom, you know? Why am I always thinking about food? But y'all can see. And then I'm going to run that right over the center of the lid because it's just going to bring all that attention to the center of the eye and make that halo pop, girl, which is what we want. Alright, now that we're done, here is the amount of fallout that I got, and I'm showing you guys this because it looks a lot better on camera than it did in real life. I got quite a bit of fallout, so you may want to do your foundation after your eyeshadow when using this palette. For the first time in YouTube history, I did not wing out my eyeliner or put any eyeliner for that matter. So I'm going to neatly put on the stacked pair of lashes, girl. This is like a whole mutation of lashes. I have no clue what they are, but we neatly put those on. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish up this lower lash line, which, I mean, does anybody really care about this part? This part is always like the most boring to me, but I use the same burgundy color. And then on the inner tear duct, I use that satin metallic shadow that they had in the middle of the first row. I'm going to finish it off by adding a little bit of glitter to the center of the eye just to tie this whole eye together, and then I'm going to put a little bit of lower mascara on my bottom lashes. Here is the finished eye look, and as you guys can see, you can get a beautifully pigmented whole eyeshadow look from this palette. Alright guys, now that you guys saw a breakdown of this product as well as saw how I got this eyeshadow look, it is time for us to go ahead and discuss our final thoughts on the Mauve Obsessions Mini Huda Beauty Palette and see whether this is worth your time if you haven't picked it up already, and most importantly, is it worth your coins? So like I said at the beginning of this video, I did pick this up during the VIB Rouge sale that Sephora has twice a year, and it does retail for $27 for 9 different shades. With that being said, her palette, this palette does bring you like less than half of what her larger palettes cost. I think the larger ones are like around $69, which, girl, that's a little steep. And this one only runs you about $27. But with that being said, when this actually arrived in the mail, I was like, where? Okay, it's not in the back, it's not in the front, like, it's gotta be, girl, where is the rest of my palette? Okay, I was definitely shocked at the size of this actual palette. I knew that it was a smaller, more mini-sized palette, but this is like a little bite-sized, tic-tac, pop it in your mouth and spit it out type of palette. While it is super duper cute, just to give you guys a perspective on the size of this palette, I do have my kilowatt highlighter right here, and if you look at it, it's just about the same size. Obviously, the palette is square and this one is a hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Girl, I don't, heptagon? Is it a heptagon? Heptagon. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Octagon? It's an octagon. I can't. Now, with that being said, I did go ahead and look at some of the comparisons of these eyeshadow pans to some of the larger palettes that Huda Beauty carries, and these pans are actually not much smaller than those, so you are still getting quite a bit of product. Now, to get to the actual review of these shadows, obviously it comes with 6 different matte shadows. The matte shadows, I would say they are definitely on the more powdery side. Girl, it's a struggle to talk. Bear with me, but they are definitely powdery, but they are still very, very pigmented. Y'all can see that I can still get a very pigmented eyeshadow look, especially on deeper skin tone. The problem that I have with eyeshadows a lot of the time is either they're too buttery and they just fly off everywhere, or they're not pigmented enough, but I did not have problems with pigmentation when it comes to this eyeshadow palette. Now, the one that stood out the most to me, of course, was this deep burgundy shade. That was the whole reason why I got this palette to begin with. Not only do I love the mauve shades, but that deep burgundy gave me all kinds of my life, okay? Now, the other ones, it comes with these like 2 like pressed glitter pigment, really soft. I'm not really sure of the name of the formulation of these shadows. I think she does carry these in some of her larger palettes as well, but I would say those are the two shadows that I like the least in this palette. It does also come with like a satin metallic type of eyeshadow, but these like pressed glitter ones, girl, they were so promising, they were so beautiful, but they did not perform the way I wanted them to, and I would say it was actually kind of difficult to work with them, especially if you're new to makeup. If you're going to want to get the fullest pigmentation out of these shadows, definitely use something like your Too Faced glitter glue or even like your MAC mixing medium. Those are going to give you the best adherence to your eye, because the problem that I had with those two shadows is they dusted all over my face. They didn't want to stick to my eye unless I was using like either my finger or some type of help glitter glue with it. Obviously, to get the best pigmentation out of those two, you're going to want to use your fingers, but I hate using my fingers because I always have like acrylics or long nails, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. So those were kind of the disappointment out of this palette, but overall I would say that I absolutely love the look that I came up with, and you're going to be able to get a full look out of this, so I can't complain too much. Alright, so those were my final thoughts on the Mauve Obsessions palette from Huda Beauty. If you guys want to see the looks that I have created using the Electric Obsessions as well as the Warm Brown Obsessions, those videos will be coming up shortly next. If you guys have created looks for this palette, definitely go ahead and share those on my socials. I will go ahead and leave all of my social media information, of course, right here. Let's go ahead and follow each other. I love connecting with you guys outside of YouTube. My little Snapchat family as well as my Instagram family, I love you guys so dearly. I talk to a lot of you guys on a regular basis, and I just love obsessing over makeup and current events and everything, girls. So definitely go ahead and follow me on there. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Love you, mean it. Bye, girl. Oh, I guess we're just gonna act like we're not about to pass out of a heat stroke. All right, no big problem. Well, you better cut the foolishness. You better cut the foolishness, okay? Oh, 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 oh. I will break you off. I will break you off. Get out. No, no, no ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am, Pam. Can I help you?